on. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everyone. So, एक second. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Today, I have not been too well today. I've been very tired. Feeling very tired. I think that must be a result of the chemotherapy, radiation, everything. Na? So, आज थोड़ी मैं थक गई हूँ. But I have exciting news in that you can see it's coming slowly and surely. I actually feel like taking it off once more. But it's coming and it's really soft and downy. And yeah, today I was feeling a little down. मैंने कहा, what have I not done for myself that I can do for myself to make myself feel better? And I was like, Insta family, yay, yeah, hey. Yes, love you too, Nosheen, love you too. Hi, Ikram. God bless you too, Safia. Hello, Muhammad Zaryab. Oh, thank you, Hassan Amna. So, thank you. You know, I last time somebody mentioned their childhood abuse, and I promised that if they were still wanting to, we could talk about abuse today and the effects of it. And as you know, there's been an incident. Yeah, there's an incident every day, unfortunately. And I thought, let's talk about how can we make our society and where we live safer for each other and for women and for children and for young boys and men, and what are the reasons why these things keep happening. I feel honored that you're there with me, and thank you. Oh my God, Asma, I should have called you. Actually, I'm feeling very down today. I should have called you. I love you. That's one of my best friends. That's my best friend. Thank you, Saida Riha. I'm Chinky. I know, Annie. I gives you a strange happiness to see me. Oh, Saida Zaira, that's such a sweet thing to say. For starters, stop blaming women for traveling alone and wearing wrong clothes. Asma is absolutely right. You know, Mira Hashmi's post on Facebook right now, it's such a brilliant post, and it talks a lot about how these things keep happening, and it doesn't just happen in Pakistan, it happens all around the world, and we keep blaming women. We blame women whether they're raped in jeans or in miniskirts or in burqa. But these same rapists also rape children. And how do we build a society where there is less rape? And I think one of the things Asma said is really important. So starters, stop blaming women. Because if a man has it in him to rape, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, it doesn't matter what you say or where you are, he'll find a way. So, you know, but what kind of men are these? And I think one important thing is that एक तो sociopaths होते हैं, you know, who are really, really mentally not well, and serial killers and rapists. And then there are people who are actually taught to disrespect women, and they are Nado strong law and order one time publicly punished. Why is that? We only feel safe in places like Dubai. Well, you know, Pakistan is the strong judicial system. we can only blame women for upbringing that type of men. No, absolutely not. I don't think we can just blame women. I think it's men teach men a lot. Their peers teach them a lot. I mean, the other male figures in their life teach them a lot. I think one thing definitely a woman can teach a man is how to respect women by, and how to respect strong women and how to respect all women. But honestly, I can teach my sons only so much. Uske baad, if my sons choose to be friends with horrible people, or if they choose to invite horrible people into their lives, or if their father doesn't, stand by me and sort of help inculcate those values, it's a lost game. So I think about the law and order question, it's interesting because Pakistan especially, we have problems in first reporting, then investigating, then arresting, then the actual sentence being carried out. So I think in my opinion, one teach basic ethics to our boys, absolutely, and teach empowerment to our women, teach sensitivity to our boys. I think what patriarchy has done is patriarchy tries to steal empowerment from women and steal sensitivity from boys, and both these genders have a right to both these things. And I think jahan pe we go to go back to the law and order, will public hangings really be effective? I think, and what are the other consequences of public killings? I mean, you used to read about Mehran. Yeah, we're talking about this. We used to read about this, पुराने ज़माने में लोगों के सरेआम काट दिए जाते थे, and their heads were stuck in public places, and those were really barbaric times. They were really, really times where people would see dead bodies, people would see public killings and not feel anything. And those were also times when there was a lot of rape, and rape actually started to eventually be used as a tool in wars and personal wars or national wars, where men would use women to avenge their enemy, because women were part of the property that belonged to men. Now there's a problem here when a lot of women see themselves as properties of men and want to be the property of men. That's also part of the way patriarchy works. But my fear is that if there are public hangings, will rapists in villages, in far-flung areas that have not seen those public hangings stop raping? And will it desensitize people who are already insensitive, people who already can forget Zainab like this, can forget Marwa like this, and can watch these things over news? I mean, we watch the dead bodies of children and while we're having dinner and while we're sipping our tea. Is qadar hamari sensitivity khatam ho chuki hai. So will public hangings affect the sensitivity of our society further? Will they desensitize society further? Furthermore, public hangings will not stop more such mindsets developing. They won't stop it. I mean, does anyone even consider rape a crime? With great power comes great responsibility. If powerful people are corrupted, then no crime will punish anyway. Powerful people get away with murder. I mean, there's this young girl who I've been following, Rubab, whose father and grandfather and uncle, 27-year-old uncle, were all murdered by a People's Party. I don't want to mention the party, but by a politician. and a feudal, and he's sitting scot-free. So I mean, we know this. We know that if powerful people, people who own land, people who have money, how come they are not punished? There is rape, by the way, amongst the wealthy. There is murder amongst the wealthy. There is drug use amongst the wealthy. Yet these people seem to get away. The laws are only made to really attack the poor. And even there's another thing that's important, is that if you've noticed, justice is not speedy and it's not regular. So इंतज़ार ही रहता है कि will this rapist get a punishment, and will it be a punishment that happens on time, and why is it that our justice system is so? I think next time what we'll do is I'll ask a friend of mine, Valerie, and maybe some lawyers to come on to our Insta Live and talk to us about why justice is so slow. So yes, absolutely, Mehran, punish irrespective of status. That's something I'd like to see. That is something I'd like to see, definitely. Punishment irrespective of status, and punishment that's fast and speedy. But punishment तो बाद में आता है. पहले जब आप rapist बनता कैसे है इंसान? I mean, there's this, if you read this article by Akbar Nutgoi, and it's in Herald, and it's about a town in Quetta, where it's a town of coal miners, and those coal miners, practically all of them, have a young boy who they rape, every day. And in the interview, in that article, I will share that article with you if you want on my email. I haven't checked my emails, by the way. I need to do that. But there's this one boy who interview ho raha tha, and he said that he doesn't want to be a coal miner when he grows up. He wants to be a truck driver, because truck drivers have their own boy, whereas coal miners keep having different boys. And I was thinking, my God, to this little boy, this 13-year-old child, this thing, bachabazi or whatever it's called, it's so normal. And it's something that he accepts as something he's going to do when he grows up. Now, it's not rape to them. It's a norm of life to them. And how does one prevent that way of thinking? Now, this article has been written. It's out there. I've read it. Everybody's read it. I don't think anything's been done in that town. In fact, I think it's been hushed up. I remember with Mukarram Kaleem, who does the show in Kashaf on City 42, he uncovered 9 brothels full of young boys from the age of 5 to 15 as the prostitutes in that brothel. Tobastafar and Nauzubillah. By the time the police, I was part of reporting that crime to the police, and by the time the police got there, they packed up their brothels and only a few of the children were saved. So what is this mindset? Okay, and this jahil mindset must come to an end, absolutely. But what is behind this jahalat? What are the things that are behind this jahalat, and how do we stop them? How do we get our boys and our girls to stand up and speak up against this? It's really horrible. We live in a country where our sons and our daughters are not safe. I have a young friend who was gang raped in one of the UAE countries. I have a friend who was, I know people personally who have been abused terribly by their own fathers. I remember that these 2 girls came to me when I was very young, whose father would continuously rape them every night, and they ran away. The older sister didn't run away. He married the older sister off to an elderly man. It happens so much, and it's so across the board. For me, I remember the first time I was abused. I was 4 years old, and it's something that my family, over the course of the years, my worst abuse happened when I was 17. I was in my A-levels, in Lakas, and it was a boy who studied with me there, and I remember the idea of reporting it to the police just never occurred to any one of us. और हम लोग पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं. So for me, it's just how does one Mira Hashmi, who I follow avidly and who says some brilliant things. I recommend you all follow her. She said something really, really brilliant in her Facebook post today, that I don't want to be part of this link, this chain that perpetuates this thinking anymore by being silent and by allowing these men to do what they do. And I really want to follow that. I really don't want to be part of that link anymore. And I ask all of you girls out there, do not be part of the link. Kudos to the young people who speak up in this. There's a Insta page called Etaraf, where there's these young people who speak up against what's happened to them, and kudos to the people who do speak up and name the perpetrators and the predators and look for their punishment and ask for their punishment. That is one step. इंसानियत and good justice system, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Other reforms, absolutely. इंसानियत ही तो है. Sparks, अल्लाह करे आपका हस्बैंड बिल्कुल ठीक हो जाए, अल्लाह उनको शिफा दे. We have been culturally conditioned to believe it's normal, Nasreen. Absolutely, that oppressing women is okay. I completely agree. And this is why the fact that we're talking like this and these things are being said out loud is that, it's hope and it's change. And Walaikum Assalam. Walaikum Assalam. And I think it's important, all of us. I mean, how many of us here, male or female, have experienced harassment, sexual harassment of some kind or the other? I mean, raise a hand. I'm one. And I mean, so many of you have the strength to email me and talk to me. And salutes to all of you who are raising your hand, and Walaikum Assalam. And yeah, it's something that's so common now, and it's something common across the world. Love back to Pakistan. Nasreen Siddiqui. I mean, Umaira Anwar, pre-parenting. Me too. And it's just something that's across the globe. Ridiculous now. It's ridiculous that these walls are built up to silence us. And I'm seeing all these hands and I'm thinking, my God, this person's like my daughter, you too. Yeah. How do we stop it is the question. What is the solution? Absolutely. My love to all of you. My love to all of you, and I salute all of you for having the strength to put that hand up. And especially the boys, because it's even more difficult to come up and say, it happened to me. All of you, all of you women, all of you men. Yeah, there's so many of us. There's so many of us. And we're incredible. They started raping when I was 6 and ended when I was 11 years old. Pre-parenting, such strong women and men standing up to put a hand up. That's the first step, speaking out. It is pre-parenting. It is the first step. It is the first step. And it's incredible because you survived. We are stronger than we think. Absolutely. Team Pataka, I love you. Rabia Saida, I know. Same here. Same here. If a mother slaps her son on the first place, this will not happen. I don't know. I know some people who've been beaten black and blue and they still do it. I think... Okay, I won't cry. I'm feeling well, alhamdulillah. My email is iamnjlahori@gmail.com. Write to me. Write to me about what happened to you. Bisma, and let me share with you what happened to me and how I got better. I took my curfew ends, and now I'm thinking twice. We all have kids, and it's so scared. Yeah, yeah, it is scary. It is frightening. I'm fine, Alhamdulillah. Educating, Ikra says, educating young boys at an early age is the key. Absolutely, absolutely. Educating them towards sensitivity, and what is the opposite of this horrible, violent hate and disrespect of women? The opposite of that is love and respect. And how do you bring love and respect into a child's life? I mean, think of those things. Nature, music, art, poetry. I mean, there's such amazing things that you can bring into your children's lives. But instead, we make our boys into these little machines who have to earn money and support families and be these mules and have these codependent partners who they don't respect. Tayyiba, I know, I know, I know. But the sun comes up and we move on, and we move on, and we have each other and we have ourselves. And I think we learn how to parent ourselves. I think that's very important. I have learned not to depend on anyone else. To parenting starts in childhood, love. Yes, and I have, I've learned how to depend on myself. I didn't depend on myself. I depended on a lot of people. And now the people who are there in my life are a bonus. And any love I get from them is a bonus. But I have children. I have 2 children of my own and 2 foster children of my own. So 4 boys. And self-parenting is very important, and I think I've learned a lot. Like I learned from groups like Pre-Parenting. I learn a lot from this incredible Insta page called The Holistic Psychologist. Please do follow these groups because they'll talk a lot about how you can take care of yourself. Hi Hadia. Thank you, unknown. Nisma, your parents never talk. My parents don't want to talk to me about it either. It's difficult for parents, but we have each other, and therapy helped me a lot. Therapy is something I'm a great believer in a good therapist, and it takes time, maybe sometimes, to find the therapist who you trust and who you can talk to. We should do something that is behind that mindset. Absolutely, Anam. Absolutely. And not just you're talking about adult sites, but absolutely yes. But it's also everyday language. Gangster rap. Muhammad, I feel your pain. I absolutely do. My sons have started listening to this rap. And I understand it's part of their angst and it's part of their teenage, rebellion. But it's full of such incredibly disrespectful language. And I hear that same language. I taught at Aitchison College for 2 years. My father went to an all-boys school. My husband went to an all-boys school. My sons went to all-boys schools until I shifted here. Moez Ali! And I think it's imperative that I talk about how there was a culture of just ganging up against girls and ganging up against women, and I see it now even in some of my peers. I see that when they meet, they talk about their wives in this really disrespectful way, or they talk about women or marriage in this really disrespectful way. When it happens, I didn't realize what it was, but I did feel that it was something wrong. But when I grew up and started learning things, that's when the trauma really hit me. Same with me. Same with me. I was only 4 when it happened. I had no idea. The trauma hit me much later, and I developed a pattern where I was letting myself be abused by people emotionally, and abuse was something familiar. Oh, Moiz Ali, don't cry. I'm not happy all the time. Isma, I'm not happy all the time. Today was a down day, and that's why I chose to talk to you people. Although I talk to you every Sunday, but I knew, what was I forgetting that I can do for myself? It's my Insta family. It always cheers me up. And I love you too, Kulsoom. I think therapy helped me a lot with depression, Nisma. It really, really helped me. And talking about it helped me. Knowing that it doesn't define me. How would you have raised a daughter to be a self-believing person with the society telling her otherwise? I would tell her she is the most powerful person on earth. I would tell my daughter, as I tell my sons, they have an army inside them. She has an army inside her that will protect her. She will protect herself. She must build those boundaries. I was never taught to build boundaries and how to keep myself safe. It's something I was never taught. We never talk about these things in our families. So I think I would tell my daughter, you need to keep yourself safe. You have an army inside you that will keep you safe. And the world is a beautiful place, but it's also a very ugly place. And you will protect yourself from that ugliness, and you will throw yourself into that beauty. My email address, yes, I can repeat it. It's iamnjlahori@gmail.com. I mean, I'm seeing these young girls. My friend Asma Bakar has a daughter. Nisma, I don't want to marry. I think that my husband doesn't deserve a woman touched by 5 boys. You're a wonderful, wonderful woman, Nisma. You're a fantastic woman, and anybody who partners with you it'll be an honor and a privilege to be with someone as sensitive, as brave, and as amazing as you. So never ever say that. Never talk about yourself like that. You are amazing. It's the people who did that have no honor, not you. You have a strong honor and a strong sense of respect and a strong sense of yourself, and you're amazing. Mona Bilgrami, I'm going through chemotherapy and radiation is completely breaking me down. It is tiring, it is exhausting. Pace yourself, drink lots and lots and lots of water. And it's okay to be alone. It's okay to be alone. And Iman Ahmed, I have no hair. Okay, neither do I. So chemo and radiation, just spend time in silence, alone with yourself as well. Don't just spend time chatting, talking, wasting your energy. Your energy, you'll learn this. Your energy is an amazing, beautiful gift. Find ways to protect it. Am I coming to Pakistan? I hope so. I need to renew my passport, and then I want to come in December, inshallah. And I grew up in a family of amazing men. I mean, my father, my brothers are incredible men, incredible. And I grew up in a family with very strong and empowered women. But even in our family, our generations were just not taught to speak out. And I can see that my generation is now teaching their children it's okay to speak out and it's okay to protect yourself. And these new young people that are growing up, they are unbelievable. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, they are incredible. And I think the change that we want to see is going to come from this crop, that's growing up, that's growing up, recognizing that these walls are ugly and they want to tear them down. Hajra, I'm right here, I'm doing it here. Lots of love back to you, Muqaddas. Iman Ahmed. Oh my God. Well, I love you too. Moiz Ali, you are my inspiration. 3 years or 4 years of age बहुत कम नहीं है बच्चों को सब बताने के लिए. किस तरीके से बताएं, बिल्कुल बहुत कम है. Absolutely. I mean, एक्चुअली मेरे बच्चे 4 साल के थे जब मैंने उनको समझाना शुरू किया गुड टच बैड टच. और ये for all the parents out there, how I learned good touch bad touch was years later. My therapist taught it to me to teach to my children, and my children were 4 years old when I taught them that hitting, slapping, pinching, pushing are some forms of bad touch, and other forms of bad touch are anybody who touch your private parts, which is your chest area and your private part area, and even if anybody looks at that area or talks to you about it, it's not right. And you need to tell mama, and you need to tell baba, and you need to really shout and scream. Shout and scream if somebody tries it. And they were four. And I talked to them also about good touch. And I said, good touch is hugging and kissing, and from your mama and your baba, and shaking hands, someone putting a loving hand on your head. But also, we grew up in a society where everybody comes and hugs and kisses, and and children now, I think it's okay to teach them boundaries. And if my child did not want to be hugged and kissed, or put on some auntie or uncle's lap, absolutely it was a no-no. So I think हमारे यहाँ बचपन में there's a lot of sharing of each other's children. And sometimes, because we are people who don't recognize boundaries, those boundaries get very blurred. And I wasn't having any of it. I mean, my children would grow up to be respected, and they needed to be respected even when they were children. आप मेरे जैसी ब्रेव और स्ट्रांग हैं कुलसूम, बल्कि आप ज़्यादा ब्रेव एंड स्ट्रांग हैं. Oh my God, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much. I'm very proud of you too. I love you, Nisma. You're my inspiration. You've shown a lot of strength, and love yourself. Please love yourself. You're beautiful. Love yourself. You're a gift. You're a gift that has been given to you, and how awful it is that you don't recognize that gift. So please love this gift of you. Thank you for your prayers, Rubab. Thank you. Yeah, it's rough, but it gets better. There should be a meetup in Lahore. There should be a meetup everywhere, actually. Meetup are great. Thank you. I love you, Kashaf. Thank you. I'm not positive all the time. I cry. And sometimes I get really sad. And that's okay. But then I get okay. Media portals of women also need to change. Yes. Thank you, Nasreen Siddiqui. Yes. I mean, what is this nonsense? In one play, this kaun sa play hai? Mera Dil, Mera Dushman. And it was a close friend of mine said to me, oh, you must watch this play, it's brilliant. And I watched it on the episode in which Yasir Nawaz is slapping his wife so hard, and she's bruised and beaten and sitting there upset. And this औरत को हाथ इतने खुले हैं हमारे ये टीवी ड्रामों में, थप्पड़ इतने आसानी से मार देते हैं, इतने ढीले हाथ हैं इन मर्दों के. And I'm shocked at the writers who write these scenes in which in which the women are accepting these slaps and this emotional abuse and gaslighting and being traumatized and threatened. I'm threatening talaq, threatening to leave them. In every single play it's happening, barring a few. I mean, Shamim Hilali told me about Prem Gali. I want to start watching it. Apparently that doesn't have this. And Wahaj Ali is in a play called Ghisi Piti Mohabbat, in which it's nice to see some strong women standing up for themselves, and women who aren't just being beaten. And men aren't like this. Hey, all men are not like this. I've never experienced men like this. Well, in my family I've never experienced men like this. So yes, I agree with Nasreen. Media portrayals of women desperately need to change. What is wrong with us? Really? And millions of people loving and following these plays के हाय इसको ये बेचारी इसकी शादी ठीक हो जाए. May she go back to that man who beat the life out of her. Oh, Khatija, there's amazing women like you around. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your Prayers. What should we do when we feel all alone in this world, whole universe? Everybody is busy. What should we do? You came alone for a reason. I mean, you came attached to one person, right? Your mother. You will be a part of her always. But even that, Allah wanted cut. That umbilical cord, Allah made us cut that cord. So you're alone. It is amazing to be alone. And it is amazing because when you're alone, you realize that you're not alone at all. You have trees, you have the wind, you have the sky, you have nature, you have yourself. And sometimes, since I've started learning to be alone with myself and loving, taking care of myself, sometimes I need to even quieten the noise in my head, and I need to meditate, and I thank God for those times, either when I'm praying or meditating, and I can shut all sounds off. Really be alone, truly be alone. It's wonderful. What a relief it is. And sometimes you do feel like you want to be with other people, and it's wonderful because now we're in an age of science where we can interact and meet each other, and that's secondary. First, remember, it's okay to be with yourself. Thank you, Abdullah Anwar. Oh my God, Laiba Nafis, yes. You know, I'm very since I need to get back into my boxing, because I developed diabetes because of the chemotherapy, the side effect of the chemotherapy, and that's making me gain weight. The insulin is making me gain weight, so I need to really get back into my physical fitness. And Pakistan I had some amazing trainers. They were not, here in England it's tougher to find a trainer, but I have a friend Massimo who teaches, so I think I'm going to turn to him now. I'm ready to get back into boxing and mixed martial arts and boxing. Absolutely. Watching it is so therapeutic, and doing it is so therapeutic, and it is amazing. I completely. Can you suggest some NGOs or organizations where high school graduates can do volunteer work or intern? Absolutely. SOS in Karachi, there's Imkan Welfare. In Lahore, there's Sanjan Nagar, there's Junior Foundation School, there's Bali Memorial Trust, which is amazing. There's Punjab Child Protection Bureau, which is amazing. I mean, it's run by an amazing woman. Please, yes, children need time. And remember, whenever you're with Mehran Khan says, Nisma, you're my sister. Remember, whenever you're Mehran, hats off to you. Whenever you're with young boys, remember teaching them and sort of talking to them about respecting girls and respecting women and respecting themselves, because generally people who abuse are people who don't respect themselves. You can't respect yourself and be abusive to someone else. You have no sense of self-respect or honor. Love to Afghanistan. My mother used to be a very good friend of Ashraf Ghani when he was teaching at John Hopkins University. I remember him very well, and his wife Rula Auntie, and his daughter Mariam, and son Tariq. Summer, fantastic. I love you too. Nisma, you're amazing. You're amazing. I want you to keep in touch and know you're not alone. You're not alone. And please take care of Nisma. She was very small when she was hurt, and she's inside you. And only one person can take care of her properly. Nisma. Take care of her. Thank you. Well, Rafi Sara, it's huge that you've come out and said this, saying it out aloud. is so empowering, and it's empowering to other women who are also going through emotional abuse. And it's so amazing that you're able to just say it, because it's out there, it's a fact, it's a reality. And now that you know what that reality is, in your time, you'll decide how you want to protect yourself from it. And I think this is why I think it's so important for all of us women to be financially independent, because when we are financially independent, then we are not stuck in a situation where we have to be taken care of financially by a man. And it's imperative that we learn ways to stand on our own feet. And I know people with this O-level education or metric education, women who are empowered, working, they just didn't stop until they awesome single mothers, just inspirational women. So just know that you accept what you accept because you don't respect yourself. When you respect yourself, and when you really decide, I want to take care of Rafi Sara, I will take care of her, then you will start putting the boundaries up. And whatever those boundaries are, it could just be disengaging, it could be speaking out to your spouse, it could just be deciding not to speak. It doesn't always have to be something drastic and cutting and leaving. It could take requesting your spouse to get into maybe marriage counseling with you, where a third person is mediating the whole thing. Yes, it's enough. These horrible plays need to stop. Please, Anam, I agree. Dramatize some content that bring hope and courage. There are such amazing women out there. Why is no one making anything on them? I mean, I really need to pick up my writing and finish it. Why is everything about domestic life and then about domestic abuse and emotional abuse? Such amazing inspirational mothers we have, inspirational women who have just shown us such amazing ways of existing. Yes, I agree, Rafia Hadi. Damsa, I'm glad you enjoyed Damsa, Mehran Khan. I'm fine, Amna, thank you. I will pray for you, Hamna Zishan. We are all great fighters. Tanya Evan. Okay, let me see. How do I go up? Up. Don't make them selfish in childhood. Yeah. My Popo Sundas. Oh my God. Are you Sundas' niece? Oh my God. Uswa, she sends me the Sundas and Kashyap send me birds singing every morning. Those are the birds I share with you. They send me trees. They send me flowers. Sundas is such an inspirational woman. Your Popo is an amazing woman. She's an amazing woman, Uswa. Thank you. I'm fine, Faiza. I want to hug you too. Love you too, Daswat Khaperai. Mehreen Butt, what qualification? More power to you too. God, so much love. You're also amazing. When my sister was born, I was old enough to understand what my mother said. She said, now you have a sister and you have to be even more responsible as a boy when you are out. I still remember that. All boys need to be responsible, absolutely. What was your reaction when you knew you were tested positive for cancer? I've always been scared of that. When I felt the lump, and it's so important, please, all of you, do regular checks on yourself. The lump was so hard, I knew it could gadbad hai. So I think I was mentally prepared. My best friend Eleni was with me. She gave me a lot of strength, and I think we just I was like, okay, what's the plan? How do we tackle it? It didn't hit me. I think the fear hit me later on, surgery ke baad, and when my liver was being tested, my brain was being tested, and that's when it hit me, all of it. I was very irritable, and I remember being very cranky and irritable and scared. I was very scared. But that happened afterwards. The day I was told, I was wanting to go in like a warrior. The fear came in later on. Please, Rumi Obaid, whenever you'd like to take an interview, go ahead. I belong to you. Nisma, I stopped going to my mamu's house because my cousins lived there, but I will go tomorrow and will face them bravely. Remember when you face them. I myself have not faced the people, the person who's done it. Most of them are dead because they were like really old when I was a little baby. The one who's alive, haven't faced him, and I don't know if I want to face him, but I don't have to face him. If I had to face him, if it was like my cousin or something, ek to main bata deti. But I would feel a lot of pity because that person has no self-respect. And also, I believe in Allah. I'm very spiritual. I'm very religious, and I believe कि आखिरत तो देखनी है ना उसने बेचारे ने, और वो क्या आखिरत में क्या मुंह दिखाएगा. मुझे छोड़ो, अपनी माँ को क्या मुंह दिखाएगा जो इतना मान रखती है अपने बेटे पे. तो वो क्या अपनी माँ को क्या मुंह दिखाएगा वो. So I think that when you look at them, disengage. Your love is there for your uncle, is there for your mommy, and they have no hold over you. They are pathetic. कीड़े हैं बेचारे, and all they could do was use their strength to break a body. They could not break a soul. That soul is yours. That soul is protected by Allah and protected by you. And also, whenever you are ready and whenever you feel up to it, talk to a therapist or counselor to give you even more strength and to help you realize, to help you realize how amazing you are. Bilkul. And शेरनी की तरह, feel like a lion when you go. नादो ही ने नादो का ख्याल रखना है. I love this line. बिल्कुल उसवा. And नादो ही नादो का ख्याल रखती है. I think I could do better though. I'm not exercising enough. Please guys, please make me exercise. Force me to exercise. See, now I'm turning to you. This is very bad. Nisma again is saying, enough is enough. I'm done now. I only love myself and I'm not to be blamed anymore. Yay cheese, all of us. Let's give a big salute and lots of love to Nisma234 for coming out and sharing her child sexual abuse and for saying that enough, she's done. She's going to love herself. And of course you're not to be blamed. How were you? Only mad people are blaming you. Don't listen. Don't listen to anybody who blames you. Just feel the strength in yourself and love yourself. Take care of yourself. Look in the mirror and say, Nisma, I love you. I'm going to take care of you. Thank you. I'm so glad you think I look cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, Kashav. Any advice of fighters who are still fighting? Asa Mughal, this is fighters who are fighting abuse or cancer. Thank you, Hajra. Yeah, please, I hope a channel hears you and gives me a show as well. It'd be great. God no, I need a job. Tayyiba, Nano, as in my mother. My mother is in London आजकल, and she's doing well. Thank you, Khurram Khan. Mina Hilna Naim, I really want to discuss something with you if you have a little time. I don't check a lot of my DMs because it's just so draining. I get so drained. Then I focus on my emails. So if you have a long thing you want to discuss with me, email me on imnjlohari@gmail.com. And over the course of the week, I have not checked my email over 1 week. Been very bad. But I will check my emails and get back to you. Nadia Api, why is there so much homophobia in Pakistan? Well, there's homophobia all around the world. And I think in Pakistan, basic respect of any gender and any sexuality is doesn't exist. So I think that the concept of tolerance and acceptance, it's very hard. We don't decide, we let Allah be the judge of certain things and let Allah be the punisher and the soul, the final judge. We don't want to do that. We want to kind of get in and do that job for Mustafar, and do it. Everybody wants to be the judge. Personally, I believe if you're not harming anyone, then it's none of anybody's business who you love and how you love. It's it's between you and yourself and your maker. And I am only going to speak out against people who hurt other people. So I think that there is again, you have to love yourself and you have to not need that. Well, it's difficult because everybody needs a certain amount of validation from society. But if you're not going to get an acceptance from society, then you have to understand Pakistan is not going to, they're not going to accept certain things. And there are certain things that you will just have to take care of yourself and find like-minded people who will be your, who will stand by you and be proud of who you are. You be proud of who you are. And know that there are people in the world, there are many people in the world who feel that they're not accepted. And not all of them are gay. Some of them don't feel accepted because of other reasons. Some of them are going through depression, or some of them maybe. I know a lot of young girls who are straight and don't feel accepted by their families. So I think that to know that you're not alone in that, and that there's a whole community that does accept you, and that celebrates the fact that we should be allowed to love who we want to love. I don't think Pakistan is ready for that at all. I think Pakistan should just focus on basic human rights and focus on ending rape, because there is so much rape and there are so many little boys, more than little girls, who are being sexually abused in Pakistan. Even as we speak right now, it's happening. Farwa, thank you. Zoya Khan Chuktai, please don't have suicidal thoughts. I've had them as well. I've had them. I've thought I can't do it. It's very difficult. This business called life, बहुत मुश्किल है, मुझसे नहीं होता. Especially when I thought I was not being able to parent my children the way they need to be parented. I felt as a failure as a mom. Oof, I really wanted to end my life then. But then I realized, I've done everything I could. I've tried, and I want to keep trying. I want to keep improving, and I don't want to give up. I want to keep fighting. I want to keep up I want to find the strength inside me. And I did find the strength. And you're not alone, Zoya. You have all of us with you, and talk to us when you feel like it. Feeling hungry now, but I think I'm going to go and eat soon. Then maybe I can come back. Yeah, thank you for reaching out to Zoya Artist. Thank you. Zoya Khan Chuktai is feeling like she doesn't want to get on with life. So, Insta family, we need to be there for her. Let's take care of each other. Let's start exercise on Insta Live. Good idea. What a good idea. Good one, Aisha. You know what I think? I mean, I have an incredible instructor, instructor James Justin. I'll ask him if he can come on live with us, and then we can all do it together. Yay! Excellent idea. I love you guys. I love you too, Nosheen. Thank you, Chand. Thank you. Thank you, Zoya. Zoya. Zoya, we're right here. We're right here, Jani. You can talk to us about it. Zoya's feeling really bad. Zoya Shahid 7 is saying we are starting to work on mental health platforms for Pakistan, and hopefully you'll be able to. Absolutely, Zoya Shahid. Anytime you want. You know, one of the crucial things, because we started this talking about abuse and rape, is the lack of counseling and the lack of mental health care available to survivors, children and adults. It is unbelievable how the government of Pakistan does not provide mental health, does not give subsidies or does not give money to improve mental health care in Pakistan. It's a joke. I mean, people who are thrown in to be therapists, just 5 minutes, they'll sit with the children and then they'll run off. And it's a travesty. It's really criminal. And I think that रियासत मदीना की बात होती है ना बहुत, it's thrown around a lot, लेकिन रियासत तो एक्चुअली अमीरों की है और फ्यूडल्स की है, ज़मींदारों की है, पैसों की है, उन लोगों की है जो पैसा देते हैं गवर्नमेंट को और जिनसे पैसा मिलता है गवर्नमेंट को. यहाँ पे NHS जो है, and I'm talking about governments, all the parties. There's nobody that I've seen in all the 48 years that I've been alive that has been really interested in Riyasat-e-Madina. People may say it for votes. यहाँ पे NHS जो है वलायत में, UK में, मेरा इलाज हुआ है फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. मेरे साथ गरीब से गरीब इंसान का वही इलाज हो रहा है, अमीर से अमीर इंसान का वही इलाज हो रहा है. NHS का इलाज बेहतरीन इलाज, स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट इलाज, और इतनी एहतमाम के साथ, इतने प्यार के साथ, इतने शफा के साथ, इतनी मोहब्बत के साथ मेरा इलाज किया गया है. You know, when I've cried, the nurses have held my hand and cried with me. And they saved my life. When I wanted to take my life, the mental health crisis team swooped in and just because the hospital referred me to them. And for 2 weeks, they were talking to me every day until they made sure I was okay, you know, and they made sure my son was okay. NHS, really, over here is what a modern day Riyasat-e-Madina would be, where it's justice for all and it's health for all across the board. Doesn't matter whether you have a palace or you live on the streets. It's not in Pakistan, no. And it's not even, I don't even see a plan. I see a lot of dramas, बहुत ड्रामे होते हैं, लेकिन genuinely काम जो हो रहा है, I have to say it, governments में जो काम का हो रहा है, it's amazing work that's being done. There's some people who I have to name. There's Saira Ahmed of the Child Protection Bureau. I have never seen the Child Protection Bureau flourish. The Child Protection Bureau Punjab flourish the way it's flourished now under the chairmanship of Sara. Also, there is an amazing person in Murtaza Wahab. that Sindh has. He's somebody who really, really cares. And I know, because when something wrong happens, we turn to people and we look, who can we turn to in various cities, in various provinces. And otherwise, I can't think of other people who I can turn to in the government to say, help. Chaudhry Waqas Iqbal, you don't like wig? I like my head. I like it. Allah Ta'ala has blessed me with it. And I really like it. So I have no problem with wigs, except that I like my head more. Thank you, Fatma Sheikh. That's a lovely thing to say. Thank you. Thank you, Hussein Fate. Saad, I'm good. Thank you. I don't check my DMs a lot. I will try and look. It's just, there's too many and I get too overwhelmed and I get too drained. Is it possible in this era to save our children from exposure to harmful, offensive, unethical content on the internet? Eventually, no, they're going to be hit by it. What you can do is protect them from wanting to engage in it by talking to them about it, and by when they're old enough, and by offering them other things. I mean, if your child from childhood is engaged with poetry and science and literature and art, if that is what his brain is attracted to, then even if there's crap on the internet, he or she will not be attracted to that crap, because you from childhood, blessed them with the power of art and the beauty, of the amazing, beautiful things in poetry and expressing yourself. Why they won't want to waste their time. I mean, I grew up surrounded by music and art and poetry, and when I got onto the internet, I was never attracted to the dark side of the internet. Never. Just a boring side that I just blocked out of my existence. But the amazing side, the access to poetry and cinema and connecting to people, that side was amazing. The art. So I think that it can be a great place, if you teach your children to love beautiful things. Stop looking to others for approval. They do not matter when it comes to you and you only. Absolutely. Nadia, can you please give an interview on child labor for our global perspectives? We will be getting marked on it. Oh, sweet. Yes, of course. Email me, Ramin. Rohama Umar. Yes, you can call me Nidu Tariq. A lot of people call me Nado. Oh, Farhan Samreen. My kids say that I look like you. Oh, yeah. I have a look-alike. Thank you, Api. I'm gay and I'm also a survivor of child abuse, sexual abuse, and I'm also survived abuse as an adult. Maha Majmul, you are strong. You are honest. You are powerful. You are beautiful. You are a survivor. You are healing. That is who you are. Try and avoid other labels. Labels just confuse us, pin us down, and are used for other people to describe us. For us, we are what our actions are. And remember that your action right now of coming out and talking to me is one of a brave, strong, empowered soul. So I have a lot of respect for you, Maham. And surviving abuse is not easy, because things will trigger you. I would really, really recommend and hope that when you're ready, find a therapist. I can, if you email me on iamnjlahori@gmail, I can recommend some really good therapists for you and counselors. And for those of us, this is the thing, I mean, there's no free counseling in Pakistan, but there's some affordable counseling. And we really need to find out and talk to more counselors. We should do a talk with the counselor, in fact, at some point. Talk about how can people who cannot afford mental health facilities, how do they get them? Nosheen Binte Arif, can I live with you, please? I had alopecia since childhood, and people like you inspire me. Nosheen, I know somebody very close to me who suffered alopecia. It must be so frightening. It was very frightening for me when I saw my hair falling out, which is why I shaved it, because it went from here first. How much importance we give to this dead stuff that grows out of our head. You know, we give it so much importance. It defines us. And I really don't know if I want to grow it any more than this now. I want to see what it looks like when the curls come out, because I'll look quite mad, and then I'll bring it back down to this size. I think I like this size. And you inspire me, Nosheen, by the way, because again, it takes courage to just talk about yourself. Thank you, Hajra Said Johan. Kiran Pervez, thank you. Thank you. I'm brave because I have all of you with me. Walaikum assalam, Samara Company. Zoya Shahid, hopefully we'll be able to take the mental health platform to schools too. Yes, inshallah, and urban and rural areas. And women need a lot of mental health counseling. Mothers burdened with work, abused by men. I mean, across the country. Thank you so much, Zoya. That's amazing work you're doing. Austin, Texas, I will definitely be your guest. Thank you. You know, my brother lives in Texas. Fahad Jamil, my rock. He is my rock. Thank you. Thank you, Alisa. I don't check my messages on Instagram so much. नादिया, इतनी तकलीफ से गुजर कर इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग, कैसे मैं इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं हूँ? मैं इंसान हूँ, और मैं रोती हूँ, और मैं अफसरदा भी होती हूँ, और मैं टूटती भी हूँ, लेकिन फिर मैं उठ जाती हूँ, क्योंकि ज़िंदगी खूबसूरत है, और अल्लाह मियाँ साथ है, और मैं साथ हूँ अपने. थैंक यू. मैं ठीक हूँ, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. थैंक यू. Zoya Khan, you suffer from epilepsy, and now Zoya Khan Chuktai, please follow Diwane Zahra. Diwane Zahra is an amazing page, full of inspiration. And Zahra, who's my sister, my best friend, she also has bipolar, and she turned it around for herself. I have a young nephew with bipolar. He turned it around for himself. I have a wonderful friend, Hamza, with bipolar, who turned it around for himself. You can do this. You can turn it around for yourself. Please do contact Zahra Hamid, Zahra, Zahra Hamid, on Diwane Zahra, on Instagram. She will really be able to talk to you. I'll also tell her about you and talk to her about you. She's amazing. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself, Zoya Khan. You know, you can do it. Chote kadam, baby steps. Look, you've come up to us, and now you're going to meet Zahra. And I have epilepsy. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Epilepsy is not a big deal. You know, medication can sort it out. And bipolar is something you can live with, and you can understand and empower yourself about it, because you can. Zahra is such an empowered, fantastic woman, and please do contact her on Diwane Zahra. I love you so much, all of you. Azra Ahmed 807, my mom is suffering from cancer. She's in Pakistan. She's very scared and cries all day, and we don't have much money to. What should we do? I don't know. I mean, I hope you know. I hope she's getting going to Shaukat Khanam. Which city are you in? What kind of ilaj are you getting? And if you ever want me to talk to your mother, Azra, give me an email, and I'd love to talk to her and tell her that it's, there is hope. And Zoya Shahid, I'm meeting so many amazing people today. Wow. We've registered Pakistan with 2 of the largest mental health platforms this year, Crisis, Text Line, and Do Something. Zoya, it's inspirational that you're doing this. This work of yours is inspirational. Please count me in. You love the way I speak English? Thank you. My brother hates it. My brother thinks I'm a total Pendu. My brother Umar. Sonia Blogs 1, you look like Sinead O'Connor. Thank you. She's really beautiful. Wow, thanks. There are good people everywhere. Bilkul, I agree with you. Arisha, please do send me your book. That will be amazing. I'd love to read it. Kulsum Chuktai, love you. Thank you, Hina Mir. Thanks to Ammi. क्या मैम कैंसर में कोई दाने वगैरह होते हैं क्या? प्लीज टेल मी. कैंसर में नहीं, ट्रीटमेंट के बाद मुझे अल्सर्स हुए थे. अगर आपको दाने हो रहे हैं तो आप एक डर्मेटोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाएं और वो आपकी स्किन को टेस्ट करेंगे. और डरे बिल्कुल मत. मुझे लगता है स्ट्रेस से ही हम अपने आप को बीमार कर देते हैं. स्ट्रेस दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी बीमारी है. जो भी बीमारियां मुझे हुई हैं ना, और मुझे बहुत बीमारियां हुई हैं, सब स्ट्रेस की वजह से हुई हैं. Walaikum assalam. I'm thinking, should I go and eat something now? Yes, Ramin, my email is iamnjlahori@gmail.com. Hi, Immortal746. I'm suffering. I'm not suffering anymore, but I had breast cancer. Breast cancer is something I can't be in remission because I'm taking medicine for 5 years that will suppress it, a hormonal treatment. So it's not something that you just come out of. You stay in treatment for 5 to 10 years. SN14, I want to become an animator. I'm an artist. Is this haram? Hey? No. I love cartoons. Animation is fabulous. My brother-in-law does animation. He made that amazing film Allah Yar. Okay, so I think I should now, thank you. I think I'm going to now go and thank you. Love back in Germany. I'm following this amazing gentleman called Sheng Heng Yi, who's a monk in Germany, and I really want to go to the Shaolin Temple and just follow him. He's amazing. What an amazing man. I don't know what I'm doing. I keep pressing the wrong thing. Acha, what am I going? All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Thank you. Mana, I hope your day is better. I had a tough day today and I feel so much better after speaking to you all. Wow, Zoya. That's awesome. I started working on these things after you came to our university to talk about social responsibility. And you've honestly been such an inspirational Nadia Baji. Zoya, that made me cry. I feel so touched. That's amazing. I love you too, Maria. I keep pressing the wrong thing. Your elder, hey beautiful, you're superwoman. I have my elder who has Down syndrome. She loves you. Oh my God, I love her. My godson was born with Down syndrome, and he is one of the most beautiful gifts to everybody in his life, including me. He is just pure sheer love, and he dances so beautifully, and he loves so beautifully. I mean, he should actually be a love guru. He's amazing. When he grows up, he should just teach everyone how to love. So you're blessed with your sister. You're blessed. Get well soon, Noreen Asghar. Get well soon. Thank you for loving my voice. Please give Lahore my love. Ishal, that is such a nice thing to say. My God, this is, very bhook bhi ja rahi hai. When I'm upset and sad, I think about you and try to be happy. Thank you. I love you so much. Cambridge is beautiful. I want to turn the camera around and show you Cambridge, लेकिन मैंने अपनी डेटॉल स्प्रे की बोतल वहाँ रखी हुई है, तो वो I was embarrassed कि वो नज़र आ जाएगी सबको, क्योंकि मैंने टेरेस साफ किया था. Athia 123. I live in Cambridge and my laundry is everywhere, and I'm blessed with you all. You are all blessings. जी मुझे रेडिएशन लग चुकी है. How can we communicate with our teenage girls about such acts? Talk to them. Teenage girls are old enough. I think we should be able to talk to our teenage girls, easily. Knowing yourself and self-parenting, how much it is the most important thing. The most important thing. Because without it, you don't have strength for yourself. If you don't have strength for yourself, then how do you have strength for anyone else in your life? How can we eliminate harassment in society and rapes? By teaching and building societies full of love and tolerance, and by breaking down feudal ideas of masculinity. That's not what this is Nico. That's not what masculinity should be about. Thank you. Well, I think Nico and I are going to call it a day now. I have to give him khana and I have to eat khana. Say hello, Nico. No licking. Say hello. So Nico is a very naughty puppy, and इसका कोई खिलौना पड़ा हुआ यहाँ पे. Well, blanket is here. And let me show you Nico when he plays. Look at this. Ooh, look at this. Nico. बाहर नहीं निकलना इसमें से अब, हाँ? I think he wants to go for a walk. He's being very frisky. Thank you for having me, and thank you for talking to me, and thank you for improving my day. Oh my God, more questions are coming up. I love you too. Yes, of course I am. Inshallah. I love you so much. You saw my play at Eton College. You loved it so much. Oh, of course. I taught drama at Eton College. Yay. Allah bless you all so much. I love you too. Did you ever undergo depression? How did you overcome it? Yes, I did. I still feel low sometimes. I saw a therapist. I saw a counselor. That's what really helped me. I also meditate, and I do a lot of work on myself and on making myself feel healthy and positive and surround myself with positivity. I'm feeling much better, alhamdulillah. I love you too. How can we stop getting emotional and work, actually? I don't know. I'm very emotional. I'm too emotional. I think it's good for actors to be emotional because we need to be in touch with our emotions. There's nothing wrong with being emotional. Be emotional, but work, especially for society. And I think that when you're working for orphans, or when you're working for children who've been abused, or you're working with the elderly, then remember if your emotions are going to be a hindrance to your work, put them aside. What is more important? You're crying and feeling pity, or the work that you can do to make that child's life a better place. So wait. If it's important enough, you'll do it. Please show us your home, sweet home. Not when it's in this halat. Nahi, I'll make my bed and I'll do everything, and I promise you next week. This is pakka. I'll tell you what. Next week we'll keep the light chat and I'll show you my home. Pakka promise. Oh, yes, I will. Inshallah, inshallah. आप इतनी प्यारी लग रही हैं. मैं oh, thank you so much, Nina. That's so sweet.